Around England, there are many caves. Most of these caves are very easy to simply walk into. Take this one, for example. Anyone could walk in it without any protective gear, and people regularly do. In fact, this entrance here is so accessible that it might just be the most dangerous cave in Britain, statistically. That's if you measure how many people have to be rescued from here per annum, not how many people have experienced fatality. It's a tempting entrance with a huge drop at the bottom, where many climbers get stuck as they realise they don't have the equipment to get back out. You need to be an experienced caver with the right equipment to safely get in and out of here, but civilians often ignore this and carry on in anyway, leading to some very miserable people at the bottom of the cave who have to wait perhaps 5 hours or more for the rescue team to come and save them. My argument today is that cave entrances have become political statements without even meaning to be. For example, it would be a great idea to fashion a bolted door to the entrance to which only those with a key would be able to access. This would prevent non-cavers from going in and save potential hazards. However, in doing so, you've just blocked access to one of the most popular caves in Britain for cave explorers. Plus, there are roughly 4,000 active cavers in Britain at any one time. Who do you decide to give those keys to, and how can you make a fair decision on that? How many keys would you need to create, and how would you assume a level of trust with those people to not just get more copies of those keys cut? It might also create a power imbalance with caving groups that don't have the key and the groups that do. Even further, who will pay for this huge gate to be made? It will cost a lot of money, and there's no official grant from the government for cavers that I know of. Correct me if I'm wrong. So it would take someone normal, like you or me, to pay for something like that, which I think is unfair. In the last few months, some awful people have been into this cave and written graffiti on the walls. Even worse, they've graffitied arrows to show the way out. If you're a caver watching this, you know the heartbreak that causes and the stupidity behind it. Because we leave these caves open for cavers who know the system extremely well. So well that arrows are completely unnecessary. There even used to be a huge stalagmite pillar in there, only for it to be sawn off and taken by the members of the public. Now, the angers of the cavers might persuade them to gate this cave up, which is really disheartening for everyone in the caving community.
You don't have to look far online to see the turmoil that this creates between cavers. There are many more arguments for and against gating caves, and it differs with region too. If the cave has bats living inside, cavers might argue that gating a cave will let the bats rest without too much human disturbance. But in doing so, research suggests that there were fewer bats in caves after gates were installed, depriving them of a good home. Gating caves also creates an irony. The bigger the gate, the more fun a challenge urban explorers see to crack into. This would be a huge waste of money to gate a cave only to have it destroyed in a week. I found a quote online that describes one of the arguments perfectly, and it goes like this. It's neither the moral nor the legal responsibility of the caving community to wrap the general public in cotton wool. I've posted a link down below of a caving community website, UK Caving. This thread goes perfectly into how debatable this subject can be. This topic is so heavy-handed that I feel the need to mention that I'm trying to be unbiased in this video. For every caver that watches this, please respect the fact that I'm trying to bring such a difficult topic to light, and it hasn't been easy. The conversations I've had when making this video have been slightly unnerving. If you do feel uneasy about me making this video, it only proves me right how political cave entrances really are.
This cave would have had more politics forced onto it though, had it been successfully turned into a show cave. That's where you pay money to look around safely in a cave as a tourist. The entrance used to be a tight squeeze until all of this was blown open in the hopes to show people around. The idea didn't work out, and now we are left with an entrance created by man, with even a concrete floor left inside still. Now, caves are not really owned spaces. They seem to be like the last free space on Earth. But cave entrances, however, can be owned, exploited, blown through and stolen. Luckily, the farmer that owns this land allows cavers to come into this cave, but not all farmers are as friendly. Some will even seal caves shut with concrete, losing them as systems completely. Some show cave entrances, like Peak Cavern, establish a level of trust with people called key holders. These are trusted persons who verify everyone that wants to go into the cave as an experienced caver, and they can then go in. This seems like a great balance for me, but it can still be frustrating at times when you don't want to wait in advance to pre-book and pay for your spot. But it does seem like a nice middle ground for conserving the cave and stopping potential losses from non-cavers entering. As you're probably guessing, there is no real answer to any of these questions, and I've barely scratched the surface of the discussions that cavers will have together. However, in general, cavers want to trust the general public. It's good to remember that there's no legal governing body to create legal caving rules, but we've got each other. And all the best cavers that I've talked to agree that there should be a level of trust with cavers and the general public. We trust you not to go in if you can't get yourself out. And for God's sake, above all else, protect and conserve these million-year-old walls. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you to my patrons for helping out supporting this channel. If you'd like to become a patron today, then of course the links are down below as always, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay safe. Oof! Over the course of my caving career, there's been one light that I've trusted the most, and that's been the trusty Fenix light. These head torches have gotten me out of some tricky situations, and I'm very grateful to have them with me. They've lasted a long time. This has actually lasted for about 5 years now, and I'm very proud of them both. I'm also proud to say that I'm actually a Fenix Ambassador, and if you use the code EFB10 at checkout, then you can actually get 10% off of your next Fenix order. So why not give that a try? Thank you for watching.